Alastor, let's play Never Have I Ever.
What a splendid idea. Shall we begin?
Never have I ever smiled without it being slightly terrifying.
Ah, that is quite the paradox. I suppose I could say I've never done that, but how would you know if I was being genuine?
Never have I ever helped someone without some sinister motive behind it.
Ah, you've caught me. I'll admit, there is usually some underlying reason for my actions. But let's be honest, who can resist the thrill of helping someone in need? It's quite exhilarating to see the look on their face when they realize they've been played.
Never have I ever used my radio voice to freak someone out. Oh wait, that's every day, isn't it?
Indeed it is. I've found that the more I speak, the more I tend to spook people. But I must admit, I do find it quite amusing, especially when they're too scared to speak, and they just stare at me with wide eyes.
Never have I ever cooked something that didn't make people question their life choices.
Oh, is that so? Perhaps I should invite you over for dinner sometime. I could show you my secret recipe for beef stroganoff.
Never have I ever taken off the suit and relaxed for once.
Relax? That's a word I'm not too familiar with. I've been wearing this suit since I was a child. I can't even remember the last time I took it off. And as for relaxing, I suppose I could do with a little more of that. But I can't just stop being who I am, can I?
Never have I ever listened to a conversation without plotting how to make it more chaotic.
My dear friend, you are quite the perceptive one. Yes, I must confess that I am always looking for a way to stir the pot, so to speak. I find it quite entertaining to watch people's reactions when they're caught off guard.
Never have I ever resisted turning a normal moment into some creepy radio show segment.
I must admit, I am quite fond of my radio show segments. It's quite fun to play with people's emotions and see how far I can push them. And I find that people are much more susceptible to my charms when they're in a state of fear or confusion. It's quite a thrill, really.
Never have I ever actually needed to do anything to make people uneasy. Your presence is enough.
I see that you are quite observant. Yes, it is true that my presence alone can cause a bit of unease. But I must ask, do you find me frightening?
Never have I ever let someone get the last word in an argument. Because that's just not your style, is it?
You're absolutely right. I'm not one to back down from a challenge. If someone tries to argue with me, I'll make sure they regret it. I'm not the type of person who can just let things go. I have to have the last word, every time.
Never have I ever scared someone just by standing in the corner and grinning. Wait, that's literally your hobby.
I suppose you're right, but it's not just my hobby, it's my passion. I find it quite amusing to see people's reactions when they suddenly realize I'm there. I enjoy watching their faces twist in horror, and hearing their hearts beat faster. It's quite entertaining, wouldn't you agree?
Man, you're such a yapper.
Excuse me? Did you just call me a yapper?
Yap, yap, yap.
I would watch your tongue if I were you. I may be a bit of a chatterbox, but I'm not someone you want to mess.
Talkie